Howdy howdy, this is Crafty Grinding back again with an arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I cover round 1 predictions for the new Korg and MODOK arenas. So the first thing I always like to do is compare these arenas, at least categorize these arenas compared to past arenas, as that'll help me do some trend analysis. And with feature champs, really you're either a old champ or new champ, and clearly Korg is a new champ in the game. And then with the 4-star basic arena, there's 3 types you can fall into. You're either low interest, medium interest, or high interest, and I think medium interest, based off of his recent performance in the 4-star basic arena, we can say he kind of falls in that mid interest. So let's take a look at some recent results for these type of arenas, starting first with that mid interest. And you can even see there MODOK again not too long ago fell into that 2.7 range, with everybody else kind of closer to that lower 2 million to 2.5 kind of thing. So MODOK, keep in mind, was just recently in the 4-star basic arena, so a lot of folks were able to get him, but that doesn't mean that everybody got him, and there's new progressing rosters coming up as well that probably would love a shot at getting MODOK as well, given he's a decent Alliance War defender. Anyway, when we start looking at recent new 3-star feature results, when it comes to 3-star, unfortunately, the different spots that collect the results haven't been collecting 3 stars in a while, so some of this data is a bit outdated. But anyway, with new champs, we're looking anywhere from 1 million to 1.1, and it's been trending closer to that 1.1, almost to 1.2 range. Then when we start looking at the 4-star feature arena, there's been some variation over the last couple new champs. You can see as high as 13 million most recently with Heimdall, with as low as 9 million with Ghost, even though she's a pretty decent champ. So there's some variation for sure, but for the most part it's in that 11, 12, 13, maybe even 14 million on the higher end for those more desirable champs. And then the 5-star feature arena, same thing. It's kind of been over the board a little bit of late here, with the lower end under 40 million we saw with Wasp, and most recently with Red Skull. But then even with Ghost and Heimdall, we saw much higher numbers with Heimdall, even closer to 50 million. So this is kind of just the past recent results for similar type of arenas. What I always like to do is kind of gauge from you, the community, what are you guys feeling? What are you guys expecting for these upcoming arenas? As at the end of the day, it's really us who drive up those scores. So this time around, I asked everyone, what do we think the 5-star feature Korg arena cutoff will be? Over 250 votes, which I appreciate a ton, because again, this is very important information as I consider for round 1 predictions. So thanks for everyone who took the time to vote, and especially those who jumped down in the comment sections and provided some context. Starting first with Mini Lemmy, who kind of represents that 45% group, which is 50 million plus. And Mini Lemmy goes on to say, with his Thorns Awakened ability plus unstoppable and blockable mechanics, he's going to be one of the most BS defenders in the game. People will want to grind him for that alone. Kind of like, I don't know if it's going to be Infinity War Iron Man kind of level, but definitely can see that potential for him to be a good Alliance War defender. So, and that can these days, given the Alliance War, especially on the higher end for the 5-star feature arena type folks anyway, that's kind of where a lot of the attention in the game is moved to Alliance War. So completely see where Mini Lemmy is coming out with that perspective. But when I look at some of the other categories, the 45 to 50, John Pandolf writes, good defender that might have some defensive use too, plus it's Korg. So nothing really but positive things to say. So I guess John's point is that it maybe won't get up to that 50 million range, but I think John and Minnie really kind of targeted out here. It's going to be somewhere in that range. So with all that being said, plus looking at the most recent similar results, here are my thoughts for round 1 cutoff predictions for the veterans bracket, meaning your account's been open for over 61 days. I think we're going to see 50 million, maybe 51, maybe 49, somewhere right around there. 50 million cutoff for 5-star Korg. I think you'll be looking at a 14 million, 13 to 14 million cutoff for that 4-star Korg. And then with MODOK, I think since he was recently in the 4-star basic arena, I think we'll see that 2.7 drop down to 2.5, maybe 2.6 to be safe from a cutoff prediction perspective. And lastly, with that 3-star feature Korg, you're looking at 1.15. And again, with these predictions, I try to be within 5 to 10%, give or take, just because no one knows for sure. This isn't an exact science for sure. It's an approximate science. With that being said, I always kind of like to give grind targets as well, just to kind of give a little buffer from where I think those numbers are going to fall. So if you get a 52 million, you should be in safe zone for the 5-star feature full Korg. 15 million safe zone for the 4-star Korg. for MODOK, 2.8, and you should be good. And then for the 3-star feature Korg, 1.3 million. Again, both these predictions and the grind targets are for the veterans bracket. When we talk about the beginner and intermediate bracket, meaning newer accounts, there isn't a good consistent source of results for these, so it's hard to do any kind of database prediction. So with that being said, I do like to, though, give a rough range based off of some anecdotal information I've received from the community over time, plus my own most recent kind of experience taking some newer accounts through these. And again, that experience is a bit outdated, as I've had this account now for over a year. But with the beginner's bracket for the 3-star feature Korg, you're looking around 245,000. 4-star basic MODOK around 1 million, and 4-star feature 1 to 1.2 million, something in that range for that 4-star Korg. For the intermediate bracket, you're looking at 550,000 for the 3-star Korg, right around 1 to 1.1 million for the MODOK, and 1.4 to 1.5 million for Korg. Anyway, these are very rough kind of like ranges, nothing even I would call prediction grade level, but just to give you kind of a sense of what to expect. So anyway, with all of that being said, these are my thoughts for the first round arena cutoffs for these new arenas. So would love to hear your thoughts. Any questions, throw them on down in the comment section. We can definitely discuss them there. And if you like this video, we really appreciate you clicking that thumbs up button. And if you like this and other videos on the channel, we really appreciate you subscribe. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and have a great day.